Upon learning that Xiaoyan was going to meet the 8th-ranked Taixu sacred flame, Long Yuan was puzzled. Are you going to subdue it? Picking up from where we left off. How is the situation on the Wandan continent? Xiaoyan asked. Hearing this, Long Yuan explained. The Wandan continent, as one of the 10 supercontinents of the Great Thousand World, benefits from its unique geographical position. This results in an exceptionally dense concentration of spiritual energy. The heavenly treasures and earthly materials nurtured here, whether in quantity or variety, are among the greatest in the entire Great Thousand World. Even the medicinal seeds we previously purchased originated from the Wandan continent. More importantly, 2 of the Great Thousand World's major families are also located there. The Wandan continent can be divided into 4 major rings. Some regions are unified, while others are fragmented with countless factions. However, more than 1/3 of the forces on the continent are related to pill refining. Among them, the Dan God clan and 2 great alchemy families stand at the top. The former is even one of the 5 great upper spiritual clans, and its strength should not be underestimated. The Dan God clan and the ancient 10,000 grass plains. Xiaoyan murmured, repeating the names. These 2 were not unfamiliar to him. He then asked, where exactly is the place where Zuna is located on the Wandan continent? Do we have a detailed map? The Danling Great Region is located in the northern area of the 4th ring of the Wandan continent. As Long Yuan spoke, he flicked his finger. A sheepskin scroll about half a zhang long appeared. He pointed at a marked location, right here. However, such a vast region made searching for 2 people extremely difficult. Kailin asked with concern, did Juna leave any more precise information? They are being pursued and constantly relocating. There's no way to determine an exact position. Xiaoyan shook his head. Then he changed the topic and looked at Kailin and Long Yuan. By the way, what about the jade slip that transmitted the message? Hearing this, Kailin slowly extended her hand. A thumb-sized jade slip appeared. Xiaoyan took it. With a thought, a brilliant flame rose from his palm, enveloping the jade slip. Soon, a golden seal separated from it. It was a divine soul imprint. Juna is still safe. Holding the imprint, Xiaoyan said firmly. With this, as long as she is within 1 billion, me sensing her location won't be difficult. Are you planning to leave for the Wandan continent immediately? Kailin asked. Yes, just because she is safe now doesn't mean she will remain so. I must go. But you should stay here. There are still many unresolved matters in the Douqi world. Senior Long Yuan and I will go. Kailin nodded. Long Yuan laughed. Haha, I knew it. I've already made preparations. It's been thousands of years since I last fought someone at my level. He then turned to the Earth Supreme Elders behind him. Prepare the spatial transmission array. The Wandan continent is tens of billions of Li away. Set up a giant transmission array that can send us directly there, or at least nearby. The elders immediately dispersed. Xiaoyan then said to Kailin, when Senior Gu Yuan arrives, act together with him. I will definitely bring Juna back safely. No matter how strong the enemy is, I will not allow her to be harmed. Zaidin nodded. Also, when you go to the Wandan continent, there's something you must remember. I know. You want me to find a pill that can restore Xiao, right? I will definitely find it. You really don't know how to be a father, Kailin said helplessly. This time you must also ensure your own safety. Otherwise, I won't forgive you. Don't worry. About half an hour later, a clear bell rang outside the Dragon Hall. Xiaoyan and the others rushed out. Blinding light burst forth. On the square before the Dragon Hall, a massive transmission array spanning tens of thousands of Zhang had been completed. As they approached, a figure descended from the sky. Clan leader, the transmission array is ready. It can be activated at any time. Can it reach the Wandan continent directly? Long Yuan asked. We can reach the 4th ring. The exact landing point is unclear, but it should be within the Taixu sacred domain. Taixu sacred domain? Xiaoyan was startled. Is that the domain of Taixu Heavenly Venerable? Long Yuan looked at him. You know about Taixu Heavenly Venerable? Yes, I heard that he was once an orphan and was adopted by the Taixu sacred flame hundreds of years ago. Now he is a Heaven Supreme expert. In a sense, the Taixu sacred flame can be considered his adoptive father. Luogan nodded. Correct. The Taixu sacred flame had already developed a flame spirit long ago. Together with Taixu Heavenly Venerable, they established a force called Taixu Mountain. Interestingly, that force only has the two of them. Xiao said. Then let's go to the Taixu sacred domain first. Are you planning to subdue the Taixu sacred flame? No, I just have some matters to discuss with Taixu Heavenly Venerable. I might also need the help of the Taixu sacred flame. Long Yuan didn't ask further. The two of them then stepped into the transmission array. Meanwhile, on the Wandan continent within the Danling Great Region, in a vast mountain range, the sky was covered with thick clouds. Black rain poured down. This rain was so corrosive that it could even dissolve heaven-connecting state spirit beasts. Yet the rain seemed to be drawn by a mysterious force, converging toward a massive canyon stretching tens of thousands of li. At the bottom stood a towering black divine tower, dozens of zhang high, but it was surrounded by corrosive black water already submerging half of it. To resist, golden flame dragons continuously surged from the tower, evaporating the black water. However, the evaporation speed was far slower than the rate of accumulation. If this continued, the tower would eventually be swallowed. Above the canyon, three black-robed figures hovered silently. One of them spoke. These two women are quite persistent. That Qing Yanjing, the divine maiden of the Buddha clan, must be eliminated this time. Another sneered. Ha! The evil ancestor spent quite some effort to create this opportunity. No matter how much we stir things up, no one from the ancient divine ancestor side will come to save them. The third said coldly, the evil ancestor overestimated Qing Yanjing. She's only a lower heaven supreme, and the other one hasn't even reached Earth Supreme. Yet we deployed 3 Heaven Emperor-level experts just for them. At this rate, in less than 2 days, they will be completely dissolved. If they want to drag this out, then we'll drag it out with them to the end. What exactly is the relationship between the Taixu sacred flame and TouShe ancient god? Why did he, upon first seeing Xiao, immediately ask whether he was the successor of TouShe ancient god? Let's continue from where we left off. Taixu sacred domain. This was a vast region located in the 4th ring of the Myriad Pill continent. At this moment, deep within it, beneath a towering mountain, a man was carrying 2 buckets of clear water using a shoulder pole, slowly climbing up a flight of stairs step by step. However, this man was no ordinary person. He was the now famous Taixu Heavenly Venerable, renowned across the Myriad Pill continent. Who would have thought that a Heaven Supreme expert capable of guarding an entire region in the Great Thousand World would here be nothing more than a laborer doing menial work? In fact, over the past hundreds of years, aside from cultivation, everything Taixu Heavenly Venerable had done was simply carrying water ordinary mundane tasks. This was also the requirement of the Taixu sacred flame. Taixu is the Tao, and Tao is all things of heaven and earth, it is nature itself. Just as Taixu Heavenly Venerable reached halfway up the stairs, a green tree in front of him suddenly twisted and transformed into a kind-looking old man. It was none other than his adoptive father, Taixu Sacred Flame. Master, you've come. Taixu Heavenly Venerable bowed respectfully. Taixu Sacred Flame said, "Put down the buckets. A special guest has arrived. We must welcome them properly." As his voice fell, Taixu Sacred Flame slowly raised a finger and lightly tapped the buckets on Taixu Heavenly Venerable's shoulders. Immediately, the surrounding spiritual energy of heaven and earth surged wildly and gathered into the 2 buckets. In just a few breaths, the clear water had transformed into pure supreme spiritual liquid, totaling no less than 2 million units. Seeing this, Taixu Heavenly Venerable frowned slightly, wondering what kind of guest required such hospitality. Let's go. They've already arrived at the border. Meanwhile, millions of miles away on a vast green plain, a massive teleportation formation suddenly appeared, its dazzling light illuminating hundreds of thousands of miles around. When the light faded, two figures slowly walked out. "So this is the Taixu sacred domain," Long Yuan exclaimed, looking at the natural scenery around him. Hearing this, Xiaoyan said, "The Taixu sacred flame takes Taixu as its name. Taixu is Tao, and Tao follows nature. This world is a true natural realm, not an illusion. Unlike other flames, most flames reduce all things to ash. But the Taixu sacred flame is the opposite. It can transform ashes back into natural life." As he spoke, Xiaoyan bent down, picked up a blade of grass, and continued. "These were once ashes, and they even contain other substances." As he spoke, a brilliant flame rose from his hand, wrapping around the grass. A strange scene appeared. The grass did not instantly vaporize. Instead, it slowly melted at an extremely slow rate. Its resistance to burning even surpassed many defensive artifacts of the Great Thousand World. "What kind of grass is this?" Long Yuan asked in shock. "Just ordinary grass," Xiaoyan replied, increasing the flame's intensity. After several breaths, the grass was finally burned into ashes. At the same time, something else was born within the flame. A strange fire, sometimes white, sometimes black intertwined, neither black nor white. "This is the Taixu sacred flame," Xiaoyan said. "It can turn ashes into all things. But if controlled properly, it can also burn all things into ashes. Its power is at the level of a heavenly flame. No wonder it ranks 8th," Long Yuan said in realization. Suddenly he seemed to sense something and looked ahead. In the distant sky, two simple-looking figures slowly drifted over. An aged voice echoed, "To be able to fuse 30 incompatible flames into one and fully control a plane core, truly remarkable." As the voice fell, the two figures landed in front of Xiaoyan. A smile appeared on Xiaoyan's face. With his current strength, he could clearly sense the fluctuations of heaven and earth emanating from them. This was something he couldn't perceive before. But after reaching the Heaven Supreme level, his soul had transformed into a Heaven Soul. A Heaven Soul does not merely exist within the Supreme Sea, it becomes a part of heaven and earth itself. This was why countless experts pursued the Heaven Supreme realm. As long as heaven and earth endure, the Heaven Soul remains. Only those who had also reached the Heaven Supreme level could perceive it. From the two before him, Xiaoyan felt exactly this kind of fluctuation. They were true Heaven Supreme experts. And in the Taixu sacred domain, only two people could reach this level: Taixu sacred flame and Taixu heavenly venerable. "Senior, you must be the true body of the Taixu sacred flame," Xiaoyan asked the old man. The latter smiled. "I have been waiting for you. Tell me, what is your relationship with TouShe, ancient god flame? From you I sense an aura very similar to his." Hearing this, Xiaoyan was puzzled. Could the Taixu sacred flame also be related to TouShe, ancient god flame? Truly the Tao cycles endlessly. Thousands of years ago, I once fought TouShe, ancient god flame, on another continent. I lost to him by a single move. I never expected that thousands of years later, I would meet here another Emperor Flame, capable of devouring other flames. As Taixu sacred flame finished speaking, Taixu heavenly venerable finally understood why these guests were treated with such importance. "Young man, are you the successor of TouShe, ancient god flame?" Xiaoyan paused, then replied, "I come from the same plane as TouShe, ancient god flame. I inherited his Emperor Flame, but I have not yet seen his true body." "I see. Then you didn't come here just passing by, did you?" Taixu sacred flame asked. Xiaoyan replied, "My wife is trapped in the Danling great domain, so I came here to ask for your help, senior." "And why do you think I would agree?" "Because you are the Taixu sacred flame. You have spent your entire life searching for one thing." "What thing?" Taixu sacred flame asked again. "The ultimate origin of heaven and earth, the Plane Master. And not just an ordinary one," Xiaoyan said, "but a Plane Master who can completely control a plane at 100%. You made Taixu heavenly venerable, withdraw from worldly conflicts and fully merge with nature, all to cultivate him into the Plane Master of the Great Thousand World." "What, the Plane Master of the Great Thousand World?" Long Yuan was shocked. The Great Thousand World had existed for hundreds of thousands of years, yet such a being had never appeared. If one had existed, the invasion of the extraterrestrial evil races would have long since failed. Taixu Sacred Flame said, "To be precise, plane core is only a term used in lower planes. The origin of the Great Thousand World is likely not a plane core at all. A more accurate term would be the Heaven and Earth Nexus." Then he suddenly laughed. "Ha, young man, since you know what I seek and I know your purpose, would you like to make a deal with me?" "What deal? I can help you. But you must use a plane core capable of fully controlling a plane to help me find the true origin of a world." Taixu Sacred Flame said, "I do not seek to obtain it, only to understand it. That is the pursuit of my entire life.